it, I can't take it anymore, not anymore. No one said that this would get easy. No one said this wouldn't get hard. Brush it off and roll up your sleeves now. It's a shot in the dark till you get what you want.
Welcome on back to the greatest college football podcast in the universe, even though sometimes we don't record. Because you want to know why? We're real people. We have real families. We have real shit going on. It is Spiked College Football Show. I am your host, your baby mama's favorite gambler, your wifey's favorite bookie, Johnny B of the internet, because I don't know what else I can call myself right now. What's up, Tyler, the best producer in the game? Tyler Allen, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just watching this wild freaking game day that's like inside. It's like,
yeah, what are they doing? Where are they doing game days? Like inside the Georgia Dome or whatever?
I assume that's where they're at. I just flicked it on because I was running errands this morning, and now they're doing the McAfee kick, but it's just like they're in the biggest sound stage because everyone around there is black. Like it's dead of night. It's so weird. But I'm happy it's championship Saturday. I'm happy that we can finally crown some champions, get a Final Four going, especially after what we saw last night.
What we saw last night was exactly what I thought was going to happen when Washington winning, because everybody was overhyping Oregon, destroying everybody who they were playing, which was nobody. And Washington was just taking care of their business, not really blowing anybody out, because you don't really have to. You just got to win and get in. And Washington's defense stepped up. They bothered Nix, and even though the stats don't show it, Michael Penix made the throws when he had to make the throws.
Yeah, I think he was like 19 for 29 for 319 yards, something like that.
And he made the that big third down throw to end the game.
Yep.
That's what he does. He's a winner. So moving on from there, we have games on today. We have Michigan, Iowa. We have Texas, Oklahoma State. We have Georgia, Alabama.
Yep.
Am I missing one?
SMU and Tulane. Appalachian State and Troy. And you can't forget the last but not least, Louisville versus Florida State.
Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
I'm not really that excited about any game except for the Georgia-Alabama game.
I can understand that logic.
Florida State is down to their third-string quarterback.
Yep. Probably. We don't know. But, it's looking like
the App State game might be the best game.
It's definitely one I'm going to have in my ears when I go to work.
SMU Tulane will be a good game, too. Let's not let me call it. That'll be a shootout. That'll be a fun game to watch. But as for, the playoff watching, I mean, guys, Michigan's going to win, Georgia's going to win, and Texas is going to win. And then it's going to be Texas, Georgia, Michigan, or Washington. That's what it's going to be. Are we wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
I don't think even if Bama wins, I don't think they make the jump.
Really?
I don't think they do. It's just sure it's the biggest win, but I just don't think it's worth the jump. I think
if Bama doesn't make it, who do you think goes?
I think Oregon backs into a spot.
What about Ohio State? They have one loss.
One regular season loss. Excuse me. But it's different when you reach championship Saturday. It's just different. You got to reach championship Saturday.
I think if Bama wins, I honestly think every game today, the three are winning it in. Except for Florida State, Louisville. I think that if Florida State wins, it can still get left out.
Yes, I agree.
Which is weird, I know, but listen, you got to put the best. Every single year there's a playoff game that is a blowout, and it's miserable to watch, and everybody's tired of it. And they don't want that to happen. So I think they're gonna take the winner of they're gonna take Michigan, Texas, winner of Alabama, Georgia.
And I think it's gonna be Georgia. But
What if Alabama beats them by like a last-second field goal, and then they take Bama and Georgia, and they take Bama and Georgia and Michigan and Western Washington?
But I don't think Georgia falls enough to where like you can put Bama in there.
But Bama only has the one loss. What happens if Texas loses, Bama wins, Michigan loses, Louisville wins?
Then we can start to have the conversation of Ohio State and Florida State.
I think everybody that's a fucked up. That's like the most fucked situation, right?
Yeah, easily.
You got Michigan losing. You got Florida State losing. You have Alabama winning, and then Texas. There's a whole lot of 2 and 1 loss teams that should have. Wow, that would be a lot of fun. I like chaos.
And I mean, don't put it past. I mean, we think Michigan's gonna, dominate by the 22 points, but I mean, I could see that being like a last-second field goal at the end of regulation too.
And Oklahoma State's only Texas is only favored by 14 over them. A lot of 14-point underdogs beat teams in the regular season.
Hell, you saw it last night with a 10-point one. Shit.
That would be so. If Oklahoma State, what team has absolutely no chance of making it? Where's the cutoff line?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ohio State. Sorry.
I don't think that might be a biased opinion though, because I think a lot of people think that they're still in.
How? When they haven't played an additional game and like they're too low and they lost their last regular season game.
What's their ranking?
I believe it is 6.
They're way still alive. All they have to have is Texas lose, Georgia win, Florida State lose, and that's it. And then they're in.
I think they would, even if that were to happen, I think they would choose Oregon over Ohio State.
I think they would want to, but they can't because of the 2 losses. And that would look bad. And I know it's the pro season and preseason. I get that. But you can't have 2 losses. To the same team. Who's also in the playoff.
But I mean, last year we were talking about it with USC, even though they lost to Utah twice. Same predicament.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be fucked. I can't wait to watch the games. But let's talk about it. Let's pick the game.
Yeah. Stop.
Who do you got? Who you got? Michigan, Iowa. I'm taking Iowa with the points, and I'm taking the under 34, and I think Michigan wins.
I think Michigan wins, but I am taking the first half under because I think Michigan will shut them out. Because it's like it's at 0.5.
So is that like the least likely team to for an upset? That's the least likely, right?
Right. But we can't. It's not. It's like least likely is like we're at least still in the ballpark, but it's still least likely.
And I believe the spread is 21 and a half.
It's 22 even.
The next game we're going to pick, Florida State, Louisville. Florida State down a quarter. I think it's minus 10 for Louisville.
Yep.
I'm going to take Florida State, and they win.
Really?
Just to fuck with the committee's head. Yeah.
You don't think that Jeff Brom has lost 6 straight, just kind of pissed off that he backed his way into a championship game, and yet he's still not favored, disrespected, even if it's a third-string quarterback that starts?
I believe in Mike Norvell.
I believe Jeff Brom's pissed off. I'm going with Louisville.
Okay. Next game, SMU Tulane. I think this game is played. Where's this game played? Is this game played in Charlotte?
I believe it is Charlotte.
No, that's the ACC.
Let's see here. I forgot. I always want to say Dallas. I always want to say Dallas, but I know I'm wrong. New Orleans. That changes big.
That's a home game for Tulane.
Yep.
I'm taking Preston Stone and SMU. and I think it's going to be an absolute shootout. I'm taking SMU, just like Rob said. I'm taking SMU. I like Brett last year. I like Preston Stone. I'm taking SMU, who next year will be the representation of the Power Five in New Year's Six. They even might make the playoff next year.
Yeah, I'm going to face you again. I'm going Tulane.
All right, you like Tulane. You like the home field advantage.
I do.
They better wear the blues, right? They have to wear the blues.
Like, that's one thing I'm pulling up Hulu for just to see.
Next game, Troy versus App State in the Battle of the Sun Belt. This game's probably played in, I don't know, Florida somewhere.
No, I believe this is the Charlotte game.
Well, I know ACC is a Charlotte game.
It's either that or Dallas. One of the two. Yeah, I was right.
It's Charlotte too?
Let it load. Oh, it's in Alabama.
Give me Troy. Big home game. Love App State. They had the upset over James Madison. That was their Super Bowl. Give me Troy, the boys of Troy, in a home game.
Yeah.
Where's they playing? Jackson?
It's Veterans Memorial Stadium in Alabama, which I believe where UAB plays.
So it's in Birmingham.
Yep.
I like Troy, and that's why.
I'm with you.
Next pick, Texas, Oklahoma State. Big 12. This one's in Dallas, I think.
This one is, yes.
I'm going to take... I'm a man. I'm 40. Mike Gundy in a huge upset because you want to know why? Texas is never back.
Never. Ever. We could almost have that conversation with Quinn Ewers and Archie Manning next year.
And Ewers might be coming back, I heard. And if Ewers comes back, Arch Manning's going to Mississippi State. And let me tell you why he's going to Mississippi State. Their new coach, Lemming, recruited him.
Yeah.
And he almost went to Ole Miss. I think Mississippi State could get him. Watch out for that. Next pick. What's the last pick, right? We only have one more pick.
Yep.
The last pick is the biggest game of the year. The game we look forward to. Alabama, Georgia, where everybody thinks Georgia's this big overdog. Let me tell you something. Kirby has only beat him one time.
Correct.
He's 1-4. He's never beaten him in Atlanta. Give me
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Nick Saban. Gave me the scrambling quarterback in Milrow. Give me Alabama. And give me Alabama to make a playoff here. And Georgia be left out in the cold. Because, again, Georgia has not played anybody. Their non-conference was a joke. They barely squeaked by a couple of teams. Listen, Haynes King in the first half against Georgia State was running all over them. What do you think James Milrow's going to do? Give me Roll Tide.
Ooh, I'm torn, but
I really think Georgia's going to blow them out.
I think that's exactly what I think. Georgia's going to blow them. That's like
Roll Tide, but Georgia wins.
Yep. Georgia's my pick. I think they blow them out, hands down.
All right, there's your picks for the big weekend. Even though next weekend's the biggest weekend in college football, it's the FCS playoffs and obviously Army-Navy. Go Army, beat Navy. But those are our picks this week. After the Army-Navy week, we will be having our bowl special where we will pick every single bowl game and every single bowl game against the spread and every winner. We're going to have all four of us there. It'll be great. We'll be back better than ever, and we'll get back on track here. We're going to do, now that everybody's moved in and everything's going on, we'll be back. We're going to pick every goddamn game, and if there's a good game, I want to stream a game. I really, 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 really want to stream a game. So if there's a good bowl game, if it's, I don't know, I would love to stream a Michigan loss. I would love it. I fucking hate Michigan.
All this talk about the Michigan. Who is it? Michigan. Somebody at the Rose Bowl. I'm like, you motherfucker. You can't eclipse what Ohio State and Utah did. That's the goat.
No, that was a great game.
That was the GOAT.
Also, Notre Dame might be playing Missouri in a bowl game. There is a way that happens, which would be great for us. We could stream that and we could talk shit, me and JC. There is a way. Oh, you guys didn't make a bowl game.
No.
Miami will be in a bowl. We don't know who they're going to be playing. Would Nebraska end up 5-7?
Yeah, and just on the outside in terms of APR to be one of the 5-7 teams to go.
So next year, Tyler, for them. Next year, we're going bowling.
Dude, next year is gonna be totally 8-4, 9-3, somewhere in there. I know that.
I love Tyler. Next year, we're gonna go at this a little harder. You're gonna be the rookie of the year on Big Game Boomers, Nebraska. We're gonna have you chasing glory, because Nebraska is never gonna go that. They're gonna go 5-7 again next year.
No. Tell me you have.
I can't wait. We'll also talk about the transfer portal next time because we got to go. Because
yeah.
Go to work. I think Notre Dame might get a quarterback that they sent to Arizona State back. I think Drew Pine might come back to Notre Dame. If not, I think they're going after the Texas kid.
You laugh at that, but I think someone might be happy to get Nebraska too. Something similar.
Seriously?
We might get Casey Thompson back.
Anyway, Spike College Football. Michigan. So my Final Four prediction: Michigan, #1 team in the country. Michigan #1 will be playing the #4 team, which will be Texas. #2 will be Washington, playing #3 Florida State.
That's scary. Mine, Michigan will face Washington as the 1-4, and the 2-3 will be Georgia and Texas.
I like it. You heard it here first. Spike College Football Show. We love you guys. Tyler, have a good day at work.
Will do.
And remember, as always, guys, keep it spiked.